Well, hello, everyone, Unlimited Wisdom family. I want to do a quick shout out to those that jumped on here: Dustin, Deb, and Mary, Matthew, Hannah, Ez. I don't know the family behind the scenes: Jane, Melody, Corky, Charles, Sandy, Dana, Mike, Bill, and of course, the hostess with the mostest, Craig Jackman. Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. The title for today, the subject for today, is actually a post that I posted. And, just how simple life is. Just how simple life is, and how we just can't stop ourselves sometimes for complicating it. Now, as I really dove into personal development, there was one of my people that you guys could look up and you'd never get tired of hearing him. His name's Jim Rohn, and he spells his last name Rohn. I don't think that you would have enough time in your life to watch all the videos that are online about him. And of course, they were taught by two guys. Rich Schnackenberger was one of them, and Zig Ziglar. A lot of people don't know this, but a lot of these people came from the direct sales industry, MLM, network marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it today. Hi, Scott. Hi, Coach Bob. And one of the reasons that a lot of them said this statement, and they always repeated it, is that, if you help others get what they want out of life, in return, you'll get what you want out of life. And when you really, really think how simple that is in life, it's pretty amazing, because when you really think about what are the things that you want in your life, all right, so we're counting down, 2025, you got a couple of days left, right? And you look over all of 2025 and you're saying, what are some things that I wish that I did different to just have better results in anything in my life? Now, a lot of people always look at it as financial. We grow up through our education system being very competitive. and sometimes we just believe that the degrees, or having multiple degrees, or how much did you make financially. And really, honestly, what I believe that it all comes down to is a word called freedom. And when I tell people all the time, if you really defined the word freedom to you, because if you talk about financial, right, wouldn't it be just to have enough money where you never thought about it again? You just didn't think about it. Now, I know a lot of people go, I don't ever understand that. But, a lot of people like myself are very blessed to be able to afford people that do my taxes, that do all my stuff on a financial side. So then you don't even have to worry about that. So you don't have to say, I wonder how I'm going to pay my taxes. I wonder how these bills are going to get paid. I wonder how this is going to happen. You actually can turn that stuff over to people that are way better than you, and they like their job. They're really, really good at what they do, right? So for me, freedom, I always heard these statements where if you can find one little thing that you could focus on for 2026, I usually always try to find one word or one thing that's my theme for 2026. What is the theme, right? And so when you look at stuff that people want in their life, it's pretty obvious. A lot of people want to be loved, right? Now, I'll ask you guys some silly questions here as we do this. Do you believe that people, Matt calls it, and he probably can help me with this, hi, Faith, hi, Lisa Marie. I don't know if I said hi to Deborah, Shelley. Thanks for jumping on here. One of the things is that, do you believe that people that are really, really good as professional athletes, or they're singers, or they're actors, do you guys believe that these people feel love from their audience? You know, you can have some really, really bad relationships on the family side or even friends side. But if you're constantly going out there and you're hearing good stuff, parasocial is what they call it. But there's people out there that you guys know, and I always sort of make a little joke of this, but you might not be a Justin Bieber fan. But that doesn't stop that every time he releases a song, it goes to number one. And he's got this group of people that they call themselves believers because they believe in Justin Bieber. Now, why would they have that kind of parasocial relationship with that person? Could be a lot of reasons, right? But let me give you one. That his music made them feel. His music made them feel. So for some of you that just don't understand Taylor Swift effect, would you say that her music touches certain people? Now, what I really got blown away with is when I seen how many moms and dads were taking their children to Taylor Swift, right? And then it's pretty simple for me because as a parent, don't you want your children to be happy? Don't you want them to have experiences that take their breath away? So why wouldn't a parent do things to get their children around experiences that made them feel? You guys following this? All right. So now let's talk about athletics for a second. Same thing. You always see these, things around sports where, a kid will catch a baseball or get given a bat or a hockey stick or given a football and it's signed, maybe, the athlete takes his, shoes off and gives them to a kid. And then all of a sudden you find out later that kid ends up being good in sports. So again, this saying, if you help other people get what they want out of life, then you get what you want out of your life. So what are some other things that you guys would all agree that other people really want in their life? We want love. We want acceptance. We want recognition. Sometimes people would like to feel significant. What are some other things? How many people love feeling appreciated? How many people love feeling part of something? Right? So when you try to go out there and share with whatever you're excited about with other people, are you coming across with the things that they need as far as how that would make them feel? Because a lot of people miss this, right? So a lot of you, I don't need to go in depth about my upbringing, right? But it wasn't very good. But all of a sudden, when I get around this industry 39 years ago, I'll never forget just something so simplistic where my mentor looked at me and he says, do you see an opportunity for yourself? And just scared as can be, because I don't know what it is. I don't really understand everything yet. And I said, I don't have any money. And he goes, all you need here is a willingness to be better. And I said, I definitely want to be better. And he said, fill out this application. Now, I found out later that there was a cost to that application, but he didn't tell me that right then, right? So I filled it all out, and then I signed it at the bottom, and he grabbed it, and there was probably about 40 people in the room. And he said to everyone, everyone congratulate Robert on starting his own business. And everyone cheered. And I can remember, even though that was 39 years ago, I can remember how that felt because for about 9 months, everything was going so bad for me that I was really good at secluding myself, isolating myself. Told my beautiful wife, Terry, that, that she deserves someone better than me. Got her an air flight, flew her back to Montana, and I'm in California. Calling my ex-wife and for the first time asking her to take care of her son when she abandoned me at, he was 18 months old. So I'm calling her, begging her to take care of him because I just can't take care of him. And so, of course, I'm not around friends, and the doctors are telling me I need another knee surgery. I'm losing everything. It was like I was in a very, very, very dark place. And I don't know if some of you know some people like that, right? And it's like, know people that have been there, but they can't really get what they would really like. And they might be as silly as thinking, well, man, if I had some money right now, that would change everything. No, that doesn't change anything. You might be able to pay a bill. You might be able to get your electricity back on. But, as soon as you took care of that thing that you felt like you needed the money for, now you show up again. Now you show up again. So one of the things that I really understood about this industry is just getting someone a check. I remember getting my first check. And this is why I didn't like my sponsor, right? So I bought these water filters, and they were $69, I think, or something like that. And we sold them for $129. And I can remember getting the person to sign the check to me. And it was like the first money that I made outside of a job. And I remember sharing it with the person that brought me in. And the very first thing that he said is he goes, "You didn't charge them tax and freight." And I was like, "Oh." And he goes, "So this is not a real sale." He goes, "You did," and I'm like going, but the person above him that found out I did the sale made a big deal out of me. Again, he goes, "How many people actually sold, we brought person in or sold some product?" And he goes, "Robert, I know that you sold a water filter today, this week." And I went, "Yeah." And they go, "Let's give him a hand." And I'm going like, I didn't think I did anything. Right? So how many people do you guys know that are addicted to praise and recognition? See, some people don't want to say they need it, right? Isn't this pretty crazy where people can, "Oh, I don't need that. I don't need that." And I purposely went out today and sang happy birthday to Craig. Then I found a video and sent that to Craig, made sure that I loved him up on unlimited wisdom. And, Craig doesn't get paid enough money for what he does for us. But I think that he might like the praise and recognition. I think he might like the acknowledgement. Yes or yes? All right. So sometimes we don't get paid what we're worth, but sometimes the praise and recognition will keep us around till the payday comes. So, so you think of the other things that we would love to have: joy in our life, peace, love, acceptance, significance. So I say all these things to say that if you really truly want those things in life, you got to find a way to plant those things in life. All right. So it's all about the sow and reaping, the sow and reaping, just consistently sowing and then reaping. And so when I tell the people life is really simple, but we make it complicated, is really how difficult is it to go out and purposely make somebody's day? See, we make it complicated. But every one of us have felt when we did a post and someone hearted it up. Someone liked it, as simple as that is. How good did you feel if someone shared your post? See, a lot of people don't even know enough to click on share to see who shared it and make a comment on that person's page that shared it. Right? And it's like so simplistic. And then, like a lot of people are learning in unlimited wisdom right now, there is a thing where you do the thumbs up, but then you can actually say more than one word, actually take the time to make something felt heartfelt, and even plug in a couple of gifts. And I always think if a person was really thinking about time, because we all want to sort of get really complicated and lie to ourselves that we don't have enough time. And so, why don't you time yourself doing a thumbs up for somebody and then actually read what they did, make a heartfelt comment, and then do a thumbs up along with a couple of gifts and just really see if planting a seed, boy, this just downloaded to me. All right. If you ever planted something in your life, there's a way to plant it correctly and there's a way to plant it carelessly. So I did bring up my dear mentor. I got to spend a lot of time with him, Jim Rohn. And you know, he used to always tell this thing about you just got to keep planting seeds. You just got to keep planting seeds. And he's going, you know, the parable is like sometimes, you know, the seed falls on rocks. You're just spreading it, but it never really gets in the ground. So now it's on the rock. It doesn't get in the fertile ground. It dries out. It gets too hot and it dies. Then because you didn't prepare the ground well enough, some of the seed actually just gets in the weeds. And I love how Earl Nightingale talks about, you know, the fertile part of your mind. You know, that if you grow a poisonous weed called nightshade, boy, my retention's out there today. But if you plant nightshade, which is a very toxic weed that kills everything, it's going to grow. It's 100% going to grow. So if you throw the seed among that, it's going to get strangled out. The thorns are going to get it. It's going to die. But if any one of you have ever seen someone really plant something really good, it's like they actually already did the work to the soil. They already fertilized it. They already, you know, did all the stuff that they need to do to the soil to make it fertile ground. And if you notice when the seed goes in the ground, then it's sort of covered up. It takes just a little bit of effort to make sure that that seed is protected. Protected from what? Too much sun and the birds. So if any one of you ever seen this, you know, it's, you know, I think the parable, Craig, you know, Jim Rohn in the parable, you know, it's like, so people would like, well, listen, I reached out to 2 or 3 people and no one's doing anything. And it's like the birds got them. You know what I mean? He used to say that all the time. It's like the birds got him. Well, I called this person up. I told him that I would take him out to eat if he went and seen the opportunity with me. And he didn't show up and he promised me he would. The birds got him. Or another one. They showed up And they told me they were going to get in on Friday when they get paid, and they now won't return my message. The birds got them. So it's this constant thing of just understanding that the simplicity of this business is focusing on making sure that people feel good, knowing that if you just keep sowing that, that you will get a harvest. A lot of people right now, when I show them how to do this business or anything, their whole mentality immediately goes to the things that are not happening instead of believing on what's going to happen. Are you guys listening to that? So, you talk to a farmer right after he plants, and you walk out to him and say, I don't see anything. He's going to laugh at you, or she's going to laugh at you. It's like, are you kidding me? Right? Come back and, you'll see. So the point that I wanted to make with how simple life is if any one of you wanted to know the trait that I'm going to focus on in 2026, is I have to speak to more ears that hear. That is my deal. I've been very, very blessed to build quite a following on a lot of social medias. I've been very blessed to have a lot of documentation. So sometimes I don't have to do much, then do maybe a couple live videos, and people come out of the woodworks to work with me. That's because I've been really doing a lot to take care of the ground for 39 years. For me to really do what I want to do with unlimited wisdom and really help a lot of people in every area in life, I need to do what I'm asking others to do. And that's purposely reaching out with intent to connect with those that have ears to hear. Do you know why people don't do this all the time? Because it sucks. That's why. You got to embrace the suck. Reaching out to people that you believe need this. The more I'm starting to understand about Immunical, it's like Terry and I never, ever, ever have stood in the kitchen and looked at each other, and she goes, I don't feel any pains or aches anywhere. And I was going, me either. And it's like, so for some of you that know Terry a little bit, and you've seen her post yesterday, I love that lady, man. So if you guys just got to go see her post, because she made a post, nice little testimony, set a testimony with other people, and then she didn't get the response that she expected to get. So then her next couple of posts were going off. It's like, classic Terry. And because she's so real, she got the right response from going off. She got people's attention. I don't know how many total people she signed up yesterday, but people know her. And so now they get it, right? So Terry had to go every 90 days or something. She's got to take our wedding rings in to get them checked from the jeweler. That's their little deal, with the insurance, everything. So Terry went there and they weren't open till 11. And so there was another lady that was waiting there, and she said, I thought they opened at 10. So, classic Terry, what she said, right? She's probably F-bombing them, doing whatever, right? And then the lady started laughing. And she said, well, what else would we be doing? And Terry nailed her. She's never done this ever in her life. She goes, well, I'd rather be home right now because I discovered this new product that helps people, and I'd rather be home talking to people, sharing this product with them. And she goes, "What's the product?" And the lady gave her name and her phone number to Terry. And I'm going like, I always believed that Terry's better at this business than I am. I'm just a little more consistent and persistent. Does that make sense? My lack of who I believe I am has always been one with numbers. I don't have to be good every lap. I just need to be consistent. And I show up at the end getting the checker flag. Or, I've never ever been one of those people that ever even wanted the checkered flag. I'm always the kind of person that goes, my goal is to get in the top 10. And then my next goal is to go to the top 5. And then my next goal is to be in the top 3, 2, or 1. But here's where I get everyone. I want all my people in the top 10. So if you guys have logged into your back office with Immunitech and looked at the little thing that shows all the points for the trip, Terry's number 12. All right. So it didn't take her much to get there. But if you guys see what her points are, it's pretty amazing. And so if you guys know Terry a little bit, she's not here, but you guys can reach out to her and say congratulations. But one of the things that's very unique is that there's no doubt in my mind that Terry will be very, very, very good at this, because a lot of people say that they don't care what people think. If that were true, you would be contacting hundreds of people a day. Not posting, connecting. So you have to ask yourself, why aren't I connecting with people? Why aren't I doing it? So that's my deal for 2026. My deal for 2026 is for me to do what I want to do with unlimited wisdom, including giving, helping another 30,000 orphans. My mind went 25 plus the 5. You know what I mean? I personally need to connect with more people. And if you just know that, it's like when I look at unlimited wisdom, for instance, it's like I'm going like, for the last few months, I really don't know what else I could do to make unlimited wisdom better for people. Step 1, I created it. Step 2, every thought that is coming out of my head and my heart, I put in a video. Then I decided to go live. Now we're doing a live every day. Personal mentorship. I'm trying, like Bob said, I'll pay people if they'll refer people. If you guys can think of something else that you believe that I could do to make unlimited wisdom better for you, will you let me know? And if it's not for you, would you please let me know what you believe that I could do to make this better for other people? Because when you really get to where the rubber meets the road, that's when you really understand that most people are just afraid. They don't have the joy, the peace, the freedom in their lives because they're afraid. They're afraid that if you send them a link and they get connected up with a bunch of people, this might be a lot of new people that will love up on them, right? And they're probably in their mind going, Well, here's another group of people that I can let down. Here's another group of people that they're making comments on my stuff, but I don't have the time. I think that, Grandma Grady said this. It's like, how do you find the time to go out on other people's, posts and love up on them? What you got to do is you got to do your best. That's all you can do is your best. So the more people that get added in there, I know that I need to spend some. So I've gone from not posting on other people's posts and doing more of my own because I feel like that's my best way that I can feed people, is constantly share that with them. But bottom line, I wanted every one of you to know that just simply, what would be the word? Simply just keep asking God and asking yourself, how can I make this simpler? How can I make this more simple? Because as soon as you complicate it, then you make it not fun. And as soon as it's not fun, then you replace it with other things that just distract you. Because the things that distract you don't make you money either. Right? So some of you still might be going, wow, I do way too much death scrolling. I really do too much scrolling. I do, what else do I do that's distracting? You know, maybe be negative, thinking negative. Hey, I got to replace that time with just reaching out to people, just knowing that if I believe in the laws of the universe that God created, that if I speak to those that have ears to hear, it doesn't make a difference how many people I go through. It's whether or not I believe that I'll find the right people at the right time. So what makes me successful is my mentor told me that if I talked to enough people, that I would find the people that would get in. And I bet everything on it for 30 days and it worked. And so now I'm just still doing the same thing. So, that would be as simple as it is. Again, make this very, very simple. So I thought that every one of you, it'd be neat for you to sort of pick a word or pick something that you can look at 2026 and just say, hey. And for me, I just need to speak to more people, not advertise to more people, not post to more people, not do every other thing other than connecting with people. Don't we all do that? We all do that. It's like, hey, I'm supposed to connect with people. Well, here's a way to keep it simple, you guys. You can't do the distracting things and you can't do the posting, the advertising, the videos, the AI. You don't get to do that stuff unless you connect with X amount of people. Okay? Just reward yourself. So I get to do the desk scrolling, the YouTube watching, the watching Terry's videos. What is it, Sandy? The housewives of whatever, right? The monkeys, yeah. It's like let's go. I get to do those things, but I need to connect with people first. I need to just knock that out, and then I'll do those things. And again, if you look at if you look at those things is not doing good for people, I'll leave you guys with this. It's still simple for me. It's easy for me to sell myself on this because I know what wisdom has done for me. I can't imagine where I would be without the wisdom of a Rich Snackenberger, an Errol Scholz that taught Jim Rohn, that taught Larry Huff and Larry Thompson, that taught Jeff Roberti and Bill Gould, that taught me. So there's a lot of these people that I've seeked out. I have no idea where I would be without their wisdom and without God's wisdom. And so I know I can only get that wisdom from participating. whether it's listening to it, watching it, or reading it. So the way that I sow into myself is by listening and reading the Word of God. If I don't do that, how can I expect to grow? So I can do it one of two ways. One is I can be excited about making that relationship more rewarding for me, or I could look at it as something that I have to do. How many of you are really good at messing yourself up when you go, well, I guess I should pray today. I guess I should read the Bible today. How many of you, when you do that stuff to yourself, is going, yeah, I told myself I was going to read the Bible today. Well, I'm not going to read it now. I'm going to do it later today. And then later today, you go, no, it's no big deal. I'm just going to put it off. And then all of a sudden, now it gets worse because now you blew it off. And now you're shameful and guilty. And then you feel like you got to make it up the next day. And then you don't do it. So it's like, I don't like feeling like garbage. So screw that. I'm just not doing that. So you got to find a way to be able to put it in the positive slot, right? That, wow, if I do this today, it's going to build a closer. Let me share this with you guys. Then I know I'm done. Have any one of you ever been in some kind of relationship where the other person just totally ignored you? How does that make you feel? And then you go out of your way to do things to get their attention, and they still don't give it to you. I just don't want to do that to God. So, how I get into a positive mindset is I think about all the wonderful things that my life is because of that. And when I get in a grateful and appreciation mode, then I want to spend more time with them. And how I do that is by worshiping and reading and listening. Does that make sense? I want to get closer because I'm so grateful for everything that he's done. Did that help you guys? Because you can't do stuff believing, well, God, if I do this, then I want to hear from you. How many of you have done this with someone that's close to you? I'm going to do something nice to them, so then they're going to do something nice for me. And then they don't. Funniest thing with me and Terry when I was young is I was go, wow, if she's going to ignore me, I'm just going to ignore her. She never noticed. And it destroyed me. It destroyed me. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, I'm not playing this stupid game. I'm done. You know what I mean? And it's like she didn't even know that I was ignoring her. Wow. I hope that helped you guys. All right. I love and appreciate you. Ask yourself simple, 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 right? I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Jim, Mary, David, Faith, Lisa Marie, Shelley, Dustin, Matthew, Jane, Corky, Charles, Melody, Coach Bob, Grandma Grady, Sandy, Dana, Mike, Bill, and of course the birthday boy, Craig Jackman. Love you. Have a great day. Bye bye.